And we're back.
You're so
Chopping it
slick.
up.
You know, you are a funny guy.
That's what they say,
Jim.
Mike.
Wow. Can you believe that we are what, five or 6 months into this thing already?
I get so during the week, I'm like, I was like, we gotta do this, and then when I get in front of the screen, I'm like, this could be a job like every day.
It could be. I wish it was. I mean, doing shorts and reels and
yeah,
reaction vids and features and interviews.
It just sucks we have real jobs.
Ugh, don't remind me, dude.
The real jobs really takes a negative connotation on my mood. I just want to sleep.
It just taps right into what we're doing and sucks all life out of us. You know, I completely understand what you're saying.
Yep.
Friday night though, we did a thing.
Yeah.
We did a thing Friday.
What did you do?
What did you do Friday? Besides the little bit of live stuff that we did.
What did we do Friday?
I can tell you this. Let me say this. Absent the technical issues and difficulties that we encounter on a daily basis, the live situation would be fantastic because we get our most interaction. We think very fast on our feet when we're on our heels and ready to go.
Yeah.
A little bit more of an entertaining scenario. And there's no editing, so that's always great.
You love the no editing, huh?
It's very time consuming. But this is your week, baby. You're up.
I'm going to try it out.
We're going to see what happens.
It's just going to be this straight through.
Right.
Like, what did you do? I'm like, I just did the color.
It is so difficult at first. But we had a great weekend. Friday night, we'll talk about Friday night first. I got some of the stats here I wrote down as I was watching the show. We ended up with, obviously, 19 calls from our 8 departments. Robeson did air at their premiere night was Friday night, and they had one specific call. We ended up with 1 misdemeanor arrest, 2 fleeing vehicles, only 2 fleeing vehicles, ironically. One was that motorcycle, one was that car that got away from Berkeley, kind of ended the show close by. And then we had 5 different, packages previously on situations. They didn't even get to the missing segment at all from Friday night. They had the Bolo and then 1 triple play, maybe 2. I don't remember what it was. Just the that 1 triple play. I remember when it drove off with the cop in the car. I don't even want to get into that one. That was wild. So what are you thinking? Friday night start off with a bang. What do you say?
I mean, it was a bang. It was a bang.
Should we jump right to it?
If you got a video ready, slang that thing. Hey,
check this out, dude. I mean, and we've had this conversation. I already talked to Braylon, but we're going to talk a little bit about this, and then here we go.
Stop.
Man, you walk me to the front then with
Okay, no, stop. Stay right here.
No.
Stay right here.
Man, come on, y'all. Man, listen, man.
Stay right here, bro.
Doing too much, bro.
Okay.
Doing shit.
Bro, I gotta search the car.
No, man.
Bro, stop.
Y'all cut it.
I'm
off.
not letting me another unit.
No, man, no.
Stop.
Come on, man.
Stop.
I'm not doing shit to this man.
Stop. I'm about to
drop it.
stop.
Get Jesse, man.
Stop. Stop.
I'm not doing shit. He not about nothing.
Negative. Send me another unit. Send me another unit.
No.
Stop. Stop. Stop, bro. Bro, stop.
Stay still, baby.
Stop.
Hell no, I'm not doing shit.
Just stay
Stop.
still. You're not resisting. You just
Stop.
that's my husband, man. He already going
I'm at the
through
GT.
a lot.
Stop, bro.
Going through a lot.
Give me a hand.
Bro, I'm not doing shit. You
Stop.
texting me.
I'm about to detain you and search the
You
car.
know that
Oh,
ain't
he
shit.
just tried to search the car. Let him search the car.
Stop.
Don't detain him. Just let him
Stop.
search the
No.
car. Just search
Stop.
the car.
Move.
Okay. Just
Stop, man.
Hold on, let
Hey,
me
don't
go.
push my lady.
Let me go. Stop.
All right about there, I am completely over it, bro. I mean, I am absolutely losing my mind at that point. How about you?
From my standpoint, I don't know. I get it. He probably doesn't want to go to the ground because it's just him. And then there's other people in the background. So if you go to the ground, I feel like he loses some kind of advantage because he can't watch his back. But I also think he should have just maybe escalated quicker than the stiff arm moving it around thing. Like, I don't know. That's me. I want to hear your perspective.
Let me start with this disclaimer. We know Braylon. We have a relationship with Braylon, not just on the show. You know, again, I talk to Braylon outside of what's going on the show as well. And I reached out to him, as many people have reached out to me about this particular call. And I have to have a strong opinion about this call, because if I don't, then I'll be faking the funk. And I'm not the kind of guy to hold my tongue and fake it. I was very disappointed.
Respect.
I was very disappointed in the way that he handled that call initially. And you heard me say it during that interaction. The left hand was an issue. Okay, There was some reaching going on for a reason, and we both know that that could have ended extremely bad. There's a rule that I've been taught playing in sports through, elementary, middle, up through high school, that a coach would teach. And you hear some professionals talk about it now if you watch any of the talking head sports shows, and they always say this: never accept anything in a win that you wouldn't accept in a loss. Now, because the situation turned out good, doesn't mean that you should accept the mistakes that happened during that situation. Now, the outcome is what it is. But what happened during that win is extremely concerning. People lashed out on social media and talked about his lack of control of that subject. When you're talking about it, talking about on X and on Instagram and on Facebook and on Reddit. Like you mentioned previously, there was a whole rabbit hole to go down. We have ex-law enforcement officers, current law enforcement officers. I've talked to several people at my agency and other agency who've mentioned that call to me. And not to pontificate for too much longer, but I will say this. Although it turned out well, here's what we say in my agency. Of course, taser out, taser on. But if you're going to bluff it and threaten it that much, when he's telling you, I'm not getting on the ground, I'm not being detained, I'm not going to stop resisting, well, we have an issue now here, okay? And then to the point where it turns into battery law enforcement, when the girl gets in the middle, kind of pushes him off, he jumps back in, pushes him and her against the fence, and then the guy pushes Braylon back and says, don't touch my girl. Now we got battery on a law enforcement officer, or we have resisting arrest with violence. One of the two. You can charge him with either one. Okay, one's higher than the other in the state of Florida, but that's his options, and he chose not to do any of it. So that was the most disappointing part to me. Don't settle for that bad behavior because it turned out well. Obviously, I'm sure he's going to look back at that video, or he has already, and saw where he could have done better. It may be a training issue that they have to address at the agency as well. But this, I know for sure, had that turned out bad, we may not have seen it. But our thoughts and prayers are, when the cameras aren't there, will the situation turn out bad? That's not what we want.
Well spoken. Definitely a learning experience for everybody.
Right. And listen, this is what training's for. They review uses of force, and they review non-uses of force where something like this may happen. And they say, all right, what kind of techniques can we teach? Can we do a leg sweep? Can we, get them, separate them further from the crowd, then get them on the ground, facing the crowd? Worst case scenario, if you do a rear mount and they have people coming towards you, you can always get back off of them, right? Create some more distance. You can go to a taser, or any of their other impact weapons, spray, or a firearm if you have to at that time. But what you have to do is make sure that left hand that's digging around in those pants isn't producing a firearm. And we know guns don't kill, hands kill. So that's my boy. But I can't accept that type of behavior moving forward because, look, I'm a supervisor. And if I had an officer who did something like that, there'd be some paperwork attached to it because that's a bad situation. And whether it be a performance tracker or retraining or something, you got to do better than that because I know you've been trained better than that. You got the ability. Now you just have to act on that. Cameras or not. I don't know what Richland is, but I know how Daytona would address that situation.
So
I think that's enough on that. That's enough, right?
I don't know. I just want to jump back. That tracksuit was pretty fire.
Burberry.
Matching Burberry. She had the matching dress. I was like, they going out.
Yeah, they were definitely going out. There's some little shops around Daytona I can plug you into that can set you and the wife up with something like that. If you want, just let me know.
Yo, we'll go together. We'll double date. You do Coach, I'll do Burberry.
Shopping spree. Let's go.
Say less.
You bring about $500 in, you get like $1,000 worth of stuff.
Yo, 500
for all four of us.
It's not fake Burberry. Whew. I'll stick with the flea market. Oh, hey, your boys over in Daytona, they were sneaky business with that GMC with the spike strips underneath the back tires. Yeah. I think 75% of calls like that, they should be, I'm going to drop this down just in case. Just in case. And you can even tell them, like, hey, you're getting spike stripped.
I mean, honesty is the best policy. You know what I mean? Sometimes you want to surprise them. If they don't know they're stuck, that makes it a little bit more fun. It's a surprise to them. Like, how can I navigate this corner? And the next thing you know, right. So, I mean, that's interesting too. So
that was great. That was great. I like that.
What we see this time and time again, we're talking about VCAT, right? They'll walk up, they'll have a loose, they call it a Lucy. It's because a lot of people don't know, I know, stop sticks come in a set of 3. Mm-hmm. And they are in sleeves, individual sleeves that are attached, and you can lay them down and stretch them across the road. Now, you pull them out of the individual sleeve. Now you have a Lucy, and when you can walk up to a car, if you have the inclination that somebody's going to flee from you, just walk up with a Lucy, and then you say, hey, listen, drop the stop stick down, stare them in the eye. Listen, get out of the car. You're going to jail. We're going to run the dog. Sometimes they hear we're running the dog, gas pedal, let's go. So yeah, that's what the Lucy's for. Excuse me.
That was great though. A great technique. I like it. I think troopers and stuff like that. If there's some kind of nefarious activity going on, they know it. I think they should do that. I mean, yeah, I'm sure they like getting into high speed chases and going fast, get that adrenaline pumping. But I think you could eliminate some of that with just, I'm going to drop these sticks right now, nothing happens. You got their ID. You pick them up. You go back to the car.
Bing, bang, boom. You're good to go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So yeah, I like a Lucy. Good Lucy is the way to go.
Yes, it is. What you got going on? The bugs?
Something that looked like a fly landed on my keyboard, a gnat or something.
At least it wasn't a spider. Berkeley County, they came out with that the weapons call, the gunshots. Dude, did you see the one guy trying to leave in the black BMW? His car was full of smoke as he was getting out, weed smoke. And I was like, the car looks like it's on fire. I thought that was insane.
Yeah. Berkeley has some weird calls, but I think, was it more or less a vape? He made it like a chimney in his car or no?
I mean, I wasn't there, so
I think that's what does that.
There was a lot of smoke. That thing looked like it was on fire for about 3 minutes. Every scene was smoke billowing out of that thing. That was wild. And apparently they didn't even get anybody with the shots fired call. It was just, everybody got let go.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting how that works out. I mean, a lot of times you'll get that, right? You go to a call, you never know what's going to happen, and then, boom.
All the random stuff.
Yeah. Good God. stuff is amazing. All right. I'm trying to look for that Berkeley call, but to see that smoke, but I don't know how far into the show it was.
I'll start jotting down the times for this stuff. This way we could just jump right to it. Because it took up, I think, like 3 commercials. It took up like 3 commercials. So I think there was like one where they were going, and then there was a commercial, and then they went to it. And she was driving through and saw the car leaving.
Oh, and the guy started
like,
reaching.
Yeah, she's like, all right, let me stop this car and block him in. And he was reaching around, and she hopped out. And then the silver Impala was behind him. It was a big mess, but.
Oh, that was way into the show. That was past the drive-by shooting in Daytona. That was past the guy who destroyed the convenience store. That was past all that stuff.
That guy destroyed that convenience store for no reason.
Oh my God, dude. There was definitely a reason.
What was the reason? Like, he came back.
I don't know what the reason was, but he
bad
came
service.
Maybe it was more of a political debate between the cashier. I don't know what would cause you to do that type of thing. But did the guy, hit on his girlfriend, or
Dude, did you see the mugshot? He was smiling. He was like, "I got caught."
He didn't seem to mind. I mean, he destroys the coffee machine. He goes to jail. 3 hours later, comes back, drives to the window, smokes a cigarette in the building, like, whatever. Yeah. I wait for the cops to come get me.
Dude, they were there fast. I think they were like already chasing him. That's how fast they were there.
It's very possible, unless they just cut it really quick. But I think you're right. They were expecting something or writing a report nearby, which does happen. Yeah, that crap was absolutely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I see this call's way up here. I don't know how you're gonna edit this out, dog. Good luck. Jimbo. I feel so bad even doing this to you. What else we got? Hold on before we do anything else. I'll try it again. Sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying.
You do.
Look,
all right, go for it.
I had a little situation going yesterday. The wife had a procedure done. I didn't work yesterday. Slept late, and then woke up late and didn't go to bed till late and had all this crap. Today was crazy busy. We had a carjacking today.
Like this or like this?
A legit carjacking where I think he may have implied a weapon and then pulled somebody out of the car onto the ground, jumped in the car, and then you got a 12F and a helicopter up and a crash into a tree.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Some pretty bad injuries and, stuff like that. That's how the morning started.
That's good.
7:30 this morning.
It's too early. But hey, it's not hot out.
Not at that time, man.
Look at the plus side. It wasn't that hot out.
Right. Good God. So it's been a long day, man. And then, here we are now trying to get all caught up. We can leave the carjacking part in, but before we go into the next thing.
Boom, baby. Hey, your boys were back at it with the at the end of the show, they had the stolen car. Like, people don't get it. They just don't understand not to leave your car running at the gas pumps or wherever. And he's like, "Oh, I got the keys in my pocket." Yeah, but you still left it running. That's cool. You got the keys. That's great. But you left it running.
I want you to think about this for a second. He's talking about some white girl who took his keys. They said some white girl, but Jim, I call BS on a lot of this. And here's why.
I'm listening because I got some theories too. Go.
Didn't they say the car was stolen at Wawa?
Wawa. Yep. 100%. So where was he?
On M&B.
M&B, which isn't by Wawa.
That's not by Wawa. You got to go past, Seagrave and Speedway, come across the tracks, right? And come all the way to that little store right there at Weaver and M&B. And I'm like, how are you way over here?
We said the same thing. I was like, your car was stolen at the pumps, but you're at M&B, which is a couple miles away.
Yeah.
And
it didn't make sense.
And then he said it was over in Ormond because his mom tracked it. Like
It's
you
tracking
don't,
his phone in the car.
but you're on the phone, so you can't track your own phone.
Well, he got 2 phones. You know,
Yeah.
was one the flip phone he was talking to mom on, so maybe he couldn't track it on that. I don't know.
Hey, Florida man, they got that flip phone.
One for the plug and one for the load is what Flow Rider said.
Whoa.
I
Hey,
don't know.
it's funny. I think he said it was a silver Challenger, right?
It was Black Challenger.
Oh, in the
Yeah.
end of the show, right before it cut to the end, the silver Challenger slow rolled by, and I was like, I
That's
would
it.
die if that was
That
his
was-
car. Just like, haha, we got it.
Yeah, not do
Everybody's
what
just
you
sitting
gonna
there looking for the car.
do. Right. What are you gonna do? So interesting fact, they ended up finding the Challenger. They tracked it. It was legit on the track. And went high speed from FHP on 95, headed to Flagler. FHP or Flagler, one of the two, don't quote me. And a neighboring agency stuck the challenge on 95, simultaneously sticking 2 FHP cruisers behind it. So I'm pretty sure it wasn't FHP, or they would have set sticks in the road and got them out of the way. But 3 cars got stuck at the very least, and an arrest was made on a female before the end of the night. So VCAT was able to assist a little bit with that.
That's great.
That's good for him,
Hey, just need some tires.
And what about his buddy telling him on camera, my homeboy told me don't leave your car running out here. This ain't where you come from, and he didn't listen.
Nobody listens. Nobody listens. Yo, did you see Port Orange? They had like 15 car breaks. And they were just literally bouncing from house to house, and everybody left their cars unlocked. And they were just in and out of every car. And then somewhere in the middle of the night, Port Orange saw them in the apartments, and they got 2 of them walking, and the other was hiding underneath the vehicle.
Oh, so they captured all 3 of them?
All 3 they got. Don't leave your cars unlocked.
It's not rocket science, man. Don't leave them running. Don't leave them unlocked. Your car is not a gun safe. Don't leave your gun in the car unless you actually have a gun safe where you can lock that bad boy up, like some people I know.
You know.
Come on, guys. Let's use common sense here, please. Help prevent crimes, robberies, shootings, and things of that nature.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So that's kind of how the night ended on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it ended with a good enough call, but Saturday, huh?
Yeah, Saturday. I mean, it was mainly you guys. You know, there's some boring stuff. We'll skip all the boring stuff. I like it. You know, a good stolen car again with you guys because Kia boys, right? They just go out and take out the Kias, and what do? They just hide them in the woods and then come back for them.
So what they will do is they'll drive them until they either out of gas or they're getting chased. They want to dump them somewhere, and they'll try to hide them somewhere where they like to get behind a house or something where they can wipe the car down, make sure there's no prints or evidence left behind. Unfortunately for them, a lot of times, we still get evidence, whether it be surveillance or whatever. And that's what they did. Interesting.
So what happens when they need gas, Mike? What happens when they need gas?
I don't know. Maybe they need to go to the gas station. I don't know. What do you think happens?
I think you came across that once, remember?
Yeah, I mean,
Did they get out of the cars?
I've come across them at the gas station. Usually they'll drop somebody off. Somebody will go in, pay for the pump, the car, drive right back around. They will sit in the car, they'll pump the gas, and they'll sit in the car and they're looking for us. And first sight of us, they ain't taking that gas pump out. They're just flooring it, dog. They're
That's
out of
it.
there.
They go, huh?
That's right. And that gas pumps are equipped for that. So you pull a whip. It's a safety mechanism.
So you just take off, and they don't care. It ain't their car. It's stolen.
Oh, they don't care.
They don't care.
It'll be fine. But interestingly, Saturday night was interesting because there was a burglary in progress call that came out when we initially started filming, and Lieutenant Barr and I did respond to that call. However, the person we ended up detaining somebody and catching them, but the person had some issues that we didn't want to air. So instead of doing a prior to air and opening the show with it, which was a good call to me, but they thought maybe we shouldn't put this person, even though they were an adult, on television for sensitivity purposes. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Say less. That's cool.
And then the worst part is I see the stolen vehicle call come out, and I start heading to the call because I know it's going to be good. And I get flagged down in the middle of him and be like, hey, you know, and I'm like, so of course, being the professional public servant that I am, I went around them, didn't run them over. And then I did a U-turn and came back and talked to him. Lieutenant Mark continued on to the stolen vehicle recovery.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Richie's got to have some fun too.
It's allowed. I'll allow it.
You allow it?
Yeah, it's good to go. He's good. He's good to go.
Hey, at Richland County, you ever pull anybody over in the drive-thru? That was kind of wild.
That's funny because he didn't start off pulling him over. He started off, did he go inside the restaurant first or something?
I don't know, did he? I think I missed that part.
He talked to somebody first, but yeah, I mean, he was talking to somebody, then he goes up to the guy at the window. The guy's just sitting there looking at him like, what's the cop coming to me for? Have you ever had it happen to you?
Well, surprisingly enough, I did a ride along with you guys back in the day, and I forgot who I was with, probably Mike Beers, and I'm pretty sure, I think it was Monica Lee. She keyed up. She thought she grabbed the PA to tell them to stop and not leave the drive-thru, but she keyed up on the dispatch, and we all heard it. I think she said something like, "You're not damn food," but it was over the dispatch, not over the PA. And then we all lined up in the drive-thru and boxed the car in, and I'm sitting there like this, like, she's really not getting her food. Like, she ain't getting her cheeseburger. There was a car full of people. I was like, nope. But they stole something from Walmart. So I've seen somebody get pulled over in the drive-thru. I thought that was kind of funny.
Nice. Yeah, it is pretty funny. And then it's over something so petty, you know, because the guy's trying to pass what they describe as a counterfeit $100 bill. But what was it really?
No, it was that Play Money you get from Amazon. You could buy stacks of it and look like a baller, you know.
Yeah, you got a story about that, right?
Oh my God, do I got a story about that? Dude, we went on a rally once, and you know, rallies are meant for rich people with Lamborghinis and stuff. I just like to tag along because it's fun. And we were stopped, and some cars kept going by us while we were in traffic. Well, somebody had one of them little dollar shooter machines that shoots out. It's stripper gun, they call it, and it shoots out dollar bills. Well, it was shooting out money, and I saw it floating slow, and it was $100 bills. I was like, "Babe, get out of the car!" I said, "They're shooting out money." I said, "Grab it!" And she's leaning out the car as cars are going by. She's leaning out, and she's throwing it in the car, and I'm like, "Oh, it's like rich people are awesome," and I was like, I said, "Babe, get back in the car. It's fake."
What did it say?
It said for movie production use only or something like that. And I was like, I was so mad. Yeah, it's just one of those things where, like, I'm at the right place at the right time. Yeah, rich people.
Yes.
And it was Play Money. It looks so real, though. If you're not, like, examining it because you're like, oh, I just found this in the street, I'm going to get myself a chocolate bar and an energy drink, like, you might pass it off, or you might get chicken nuggets, whatever he was getting.
So the joke basically was on you.
Everybody, because there were other people in the street.
I don't know what just happened. It was so weird. I tried to stop it, and it went anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the joke was on everybody because we weren't the only people jumping out of the car. There were people in the road, like an armored truck just broke open, and we were...
Right. That just happened. Speaking of armored trucks, that just happened in Miami today. money truck turned
Yeah.
over or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yeah, I want to know why the person that was recording the money on the ground wasn't picking it up.
I don't know, but I can tell you one thing. Had it been me, I would have been all in, my boy. Oh, crap. One second. Did you hear that?
I didn't, but you had like a weird auto-tune, like Lil Wayne sounding voice.
Oh, my God. What just happened? That hurt.
Listen, if there's money on the ground, I'm scooping.
Heck yeah. Scoop and score, my boy.
I mean, is there like a rule? Ooh.
Look at that. It's at the airport. Obviously, it fell off of something.
Like you can see the scrape marks.
Yeah. Holy crap.
I mean, I guess, okay, you don't touch the money or you lose your job. I get it. There's probably only like $1,000 there in 20s, but if it was on the street,
it's causing a riot, buddy, on the street, highway or whatever like that.
That could be $100 in ones, and people are
losing
they're
life and limb.
crazy.
Oh yeah, and they were right to McDonald's and didn't get nothing with it. You know, that's not even worth it.
Nope.
So yeah, I mean,
But
that was wild.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The man of the people, because it's the people's podcast, right? So
It is.
you, sir, doing the good deed of the night, pulling somebody over on a bicycle. Seemed like you just let him go, give him a little education, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting stop that really probably wouldn't have made the show, except for what happened after that. I come around the corner, and there's a guy on a known crack street, drug street, talking to a young lady. And as soon as they see my lights, he takes off. She goes the other way. So, of course, I want to stop him, right?
Yeah.
And I stopped the guy, and he's got a history. He's got a pocket full of cash. I'm like, where's the dope? He lets me search him. There's nothing there. And some of his friends walk up to the traffic stop. And one of the females says, "Oh, I know you. I watch you all the time. Can we take a picture?" I say, "As soon as we're done here, I'll get with you." And as that's happening, I'm watching this guy come slow rolling past me. We all think it's somebody I know, because I know a lot of people out here. But no, it took a much more potentially tragic and dark turn.
It did. And that was pretty scary because, I mean, that could have easily crushed you between the vehicle. I mean, you were literally knocking on the car. So, I mean, there's no room for anything else going on there besides catastrophe. Right. So, thankfully, you were paying attention because, you get squished up pretty quick.
Well, you got to have your head on a swivel on a traffic stop, especially when there are other people at the stop, right? I see the car coming around the corner, and I see the car slow rolling. So I'm thinking one of two things. Like I said, I know the guy or I'm about to get ambushed. And as he gets closer, his head's kind of down, but his hands are on the steering wheel. And I could see he didn't want to look at me, but I wanted to look at him. And like I said, I just literally reached back and banged on the car. I didn't have to take a step. I didn't have to move. I just kind of hugged my car and tapped on his car. And he just surprisingly stopped.
He did. That was very surprising.
Yeah. I thought for sure that, he was going to bend the corner and then bend another corner. It's going to be a fleeing driver situation, maybe in the stock stick in the car, but he pulled right over and, here we go.
Well, so I guess it all ended well because you're safe. I mean, you might have saved somebody else's life because I don't know how far his house was from there, but it looked like a busy street. I mean, somebody else walking across the street and he's just
right,
not looking and just maybe hurt somebody else.
Well, absolutely right, and that's what it was. Because of his inebriation, the flashing lights had him messed up, so he's kind of put his head down and off he went sleeping. Right around that corner is where pedestrians are, albeit possible ne'er-do-wells, engaged in nefarious activity, but you still they don't deserve to get run over by a truck driver, right?
No.
And even at 10 or 15 miles an hour, if the back of your feet are run over, possibly, breaking your heels, both severing Achilles tendons, anything like that would have been possible. And my career possibly could have been over just because a guy had one too many drinks at a ratty hotel in Holly Hill. So
Was there a breathalyzer with that? Was there like a number associated with his inebriation?
I did not read the report, but I can tell you this: he opened the car door, and I could immediately smell.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like beer; it was like liquor, right? He refused the breathalyzer anyway. So, like you should have if you drive away anywhere tonight.
Not driving.
I know you're not. You're a responsible adult. So he refused. So there wouldn't have been a breath test anyway.
Okay. All right.
So, off the jail he went. He had just bought that car. So hopefully he didn't have to put too much down. There's no payment due because it's going to cost him a pretty penny to get that thing out of impound.
Well, that's on him, not on anybody else. He made the choices.
Yeah, that's a hey. You can't blame a grown man for doing grown man things.
So, scooting on down the road to the old Wawa.
Literally.
Wow. I had to come investigate myself while you were on that call.
Yeah.
And that was an interesting call from our perspective of the On Patrol Live.
Right.
How was it from your end? Because it looked like at one point he was a mute, and then at the end it looked like he was talking, but you guys didn't seem like it was coherent verbiage. It was just
no. Right.
So
right.
Was he actually saying anything, or was he just rambling?
Well, I'll skip to the end. At the very end, he said something that was coherent. But if we rewind the tape just a little bit more, you'll notice a couple of things about this guy. First of all,
the haircut
kind of stands out, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, we call that the 75% off. Okay. It's fantastic haircut.
Wow.
He for sure lost a bet, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I see TikToks about that all the time. I'll give you $1,000 to cut your hair.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely crazy. But so security at that Wawa, and as you know, there are 3 Wawas in the city of Daytona Beach, and 2 of them have security, and they have them for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the same Wawa the guy's Charger was stolen from the night before, right? Challenger or whatever it was. So here this guy is hanging out front, doing whatever he's doing. The caller said he was panhandling. And then as soon as we get there and want to talk to him, like I said on the show, he turned into Helen Keller. He can't hear or talk. It's like, come on, dog. We ain't playing these games now. Come on, man. I play a lot of games.
You were pretty chill with him.
But
you're trying to break him with the haircut,
right?
Jokes, but he wasn't breaking.
No, he wasn't. He held character.
He did. He was strong.
He has a promising future in television.
Oh man.
But I could tell he was a transient by a couple of different reasons. Obviously, I use my 5 senses. I can see it, I can smell it, and things of that nature. Just by touching him, you can tell he, So I tried to offer him some solutions that may not have shown up on video. For instance, I know that there's a church in Ormond called Calvary Christian Center that every Sunday they go down to North Street and surrounding areas, and they pick up the homeless and they bring them to their church. They feed them, they give them a shower, haircuts, new clothes, or new to them at least, so that they can, be refreshed and renewed before they come before they don't give them the Bible, they give them nutrients as well. So I offered that to him, and he was acting like he didn't understand what I was saying. But I will say this: we asked him to leave, and he can understand what we were saying. And security told us he was asking for money.
Mm-hmm.
So we know he can talk.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So what are we doing?
Playing the game.
We're just playing the game with him.
That's
it. That's all we're doing. And you pull up later on And I had just read the call that said that he was back on property. And so because he was back on property, I knew at that time it was going to turn to an arrest situation. Unfortunately, it didn't go to the arrest at the end of the show because the show was lined up. They didn't go to it. But he didn't give us any issues. And when I asked him why he came back, he said, I don't know. I just did. So that's basically the answer.
Oh, you know, maybe he just wanted to get a good night's sleep and food from the old jail. Or jail, right?
Or jail. I mean, but the Wawa pizza is way better. Have you had it?
Yeah, I have. It's delicious. Okay.
It's fantastic.
I don't want to talk about it because I'll get hungry because I like pizza. I like pizza every day.
Me too. And French fries if I can.
But can you really I'm sorry, Sam's Club is undefeated for $1.85. You get a pizza and a drink.
No, you can't beat it. I mean,
delicious.
them in Costco go back and forth with the pizza.
Yeah.
But oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I'm a big fan of some good cheesy pizza with some airy dough. Oh, come on. That's why I'm struggling right now.
We are struggling.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna win. We're gonna defeat it.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah. My boy. So 75% off ended up going to jail, unfortunately. I hate to take people to jail when I can, like I always say, jail isn't always the remedy. Sometimes it's just a temporary, cure. But he needs some other help, and hopefully he gets it.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I don't know. That's that.
That's that. Anything else on your plate?
I can tell you this. So let me ask you this. If we interview, we're going to cut this out, obviously. Let's just do this real quick. If we interview your boy tomorrow, are we going to wear the same stuff or are we going to change into something else?
Change it up. A whole new episode.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So back into it. Let me see.
Wait.
Okay, good.
Do you want to do a reaction to the pipe bomb guy, or do you want to leave that? You want to put that pipe bomb?
Yeah, we can do that. I just got to pull up YouTube real quick and put it right in here.
Yeah,
we
go
can
right
actually.
If you go right to the end,
Yeah.
like the last 75% of the video, you'll see him pick it up and he's touching it, and then he puts it down. So if you see him pick it up out of the door handle, you put it down and you get started from there. Was it Putnam County?
Is that who it was?
That shit was wild.
It was crazy.
Isn't that wild? Like,
brother. I couldn't believe it.
Dude, like, you worry about pipe bombs?
What I was saying.
That's too much.
It's a lot, bro. It was unbelievable.
And the dude tried to play it off like it was his airbag.
That's what he said?
Yeah, he said, "What was that? My airbag went off."
Oh,
he knew.
I didn't notice. I didn't even.
I watched it like 5 times. Five times. I was mad. So was the deputy.
Oh yeah, he was. He had some choice words.
Mm-hmm.
Pipe bomb traffic stop. What do you call it? Because I know it's not popping up here.
I sent it to you.
You did, but I don't have it on my computer.
Ooh. So just look up pipe bomb blows up during routine traffic stop.
Pipe bomb. Yeah, there it is. Pipe bomb blows up during. Oh, why does it pop up when I put pipe bomb?
The Crime Piece. That's the name of the channel.
Okay. Just give me the freaking video. I don't want all this other stuff that they're showing me right now. This video's too long. Okay. 12 minutes and 35 seconds.
Go to 8 minutes. Go to 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right. Here we go. Hold on. second. All right, you ready? Let's set it up and then we'll go to it. And then I'll let you set it up and then I'll shoot to it.
So did you see this video on YouTube with the deputy? I think it was Putnam County. He had a pipe bomb blow up in his face in a truck.
Extremely dangerous situation. I've never seen anything like that before. Have you?
No, I watch YouTube every day while I'm at work, and I've never seen anything like that. Like, yeah, maybe other scenarios, but not in a vehicle where a deputy's searching. No, that's insane.
Right, a random traffic stop. It reminds me of something that may happen in like Baghdad or, you know what I'm saying, Middle East. Unbelievable. You want to check out the video real quick?
Yep.
It's like a 12-minute video, so let's just cut it down and see what all we can see here.
Use any other kind of drugs?
There it is.
Underneath the seat.
What happened to the audio?
It comes back
out.
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh,
What the fuck?
oh my God.
What the fuck was that?
Pardon the French.
You got a fire extinguisher? 1429. What the hell was that? Start fire. Something just exploded in this truck.
My God.
I'm 77. It went off on me. I don't know what it was, but yeah, 77 for now.
Detain
The
him.
airbag.
Tries to play it off like it wasn't that.
What the fuck was that, man?
Okay, you don't know. Stop
He knows.
it, bro. Are you kidding me?
He tries to play it off as everything under the sun but an actual... I mean, he pulled that out from underneath the seat.
But
And
can we say this emphatically? That's probably the weakest pipe bomb of all time. Thank God.
Thank God it didn't have nails in it or ball bearings.
Yes. He's cut in half. He's lacerated. That's going through. I mean,
I'm going to say thank God for the vest because that probably took a brunt of whatever the explosion was.
mm-hmm.
And old boy tried to play it off, but I'm glad the deputy came back full circle and was like, no, that was a bomb and you're going to jail. And he hooked him up.
Is that what eventually happened? Because I didn't see the whole video. Should we go back to it?
You keep going. He
About
gets
how far
mad.
Of course he does, because he knows he's being BS.
Another minute, and it'll go to him hooking him up.
All right, let's check that out then. I want to see that part because I saw the abbreviated version. So
Hey, come here.
here we go.
Now, put your hands behind your back. I don't know what the fuck that was, man.
That's right.
I got the sternum. This way. Fucking sit right there. Fuck.
I honestly don't know what the hell that was. It's nasty smelling.
You know what that was.
He knows
Don't
exactly
give
what
me
it
that
was.
Crap, you don't know what that was.
He even asked to be handcuffed in the front, and the deputy said, no, you're not getting handcuffed in the front.
Well, I can tell you this, not to go off on a tangent here, but we see a lot of times is a lot of officers will get injured, and it's not a physical external injury. It's more of an internal injury. When you think about 9/11 with all that sediment and soot that they ingested, a lot of times with something like that, it could be anhydrous, it could be anything in that pipe bomb, any type of material that can damage the lungs. So he could have been easily easily ingested some stuff from that. You saw it all over the deputy's arms.
Yep.
And he was spitting, which tells me it went into his orifices. So God, I know we're both praying that he recovers from whatever that was.
Gives me goosebumps because that was just too wild. Like, out of all the things, you might smell some fentanyl or something, or a needle, but come on, who would have thought a pipe bomb would almost take you out? Right.
And that's what I say. That's why they say dangers near and far. You never know what it's going to be. So our prayers go out to that deputy and kind of sheriffs on the whole, because that is a crazy situation.
It was.
We are the Men of the People, and this is the People's Podcast. I want to remind you to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment.
Come on, bring your friends on. Yes, so let us know what you want to see, what you want us to talk about. Always on X and on IG at Off Patrol Life. Holler at us. We want to see you and hear from you.
That's it, baby. Hit that button.
Baby. Let's go, baby.
Powered by Riverside.